Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. NC State with the kickoff team on the field and just about ready to start. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Miami's offense will have the football first. Send the tight end in motion. Running back searching for a hole. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. The Hurricanes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Guys, they're really starting to find a rhythm in conference play now. They'll try to keep it going through the rest of this ACC slate.
I think it's really important because they're building confidence early in the season. There were a lot of expectations on this team to play well, and they've been doing that. Obviously, David, they've got bigger challenges ahead.
Yeah, in the conference play, obviously you want to see that continue to grow, the confidence, the familiarity with each other within, obviously, is a lot of time that's a big deal, the rivalries that come with it. So, great start, a lot of positive momentum built for this squad.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Complete out of the backfield. Quick spin on the run. At the 40, there he goes. Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Hurricanes come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, when you get penetration by that defense right away, and there's no way to cut at all for that back, he gets destroyed right away. No way that play was going to be successful. Way too much penetration.
On 4th down, going to the air. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
Skips away from pressure. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback.
Oh, he's got some space. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
This offense is putting a drive together. Nice job. Opening drive, you got a script. You want to execute. You want to go down the field, really set the tone. Nice 3rd down conversion, and now set up 1st and goal. This offense has a chance to really make a statement.
Wideout trying to get it in. Touchdown, Hurricane! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So NC State's offense will go to work for the first time today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Unloads quickly. Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And the QB sneak has been around for 4,000 years. Obviously some exaggeration, but so hard to stop. Quarterback gets it, starts to burrow behind that offensive line, and now you got the push behind with these guys. It's almost impossible to stop.
Wilson will throw. Quick strike complete. There he goes. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. North Carolina State defining efficiency on this drive. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
NC State at the line with a 1st and 10. Rides the back on the option to give.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Handoff from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Finds his big tight end. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Miami is on top. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've got a first down here to open the period. Gives it on the option. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Got the back over the middle. Snowed under by the defense.
And that's why quarterbacks take their offensive lines out for all-you-can-eat wings. Clean pocket, able to step up, scan the entire field, and pick the open receiver.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. Wilson to pass. It's complete to the left. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Extra point here will tie the game. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Snagged out of the air. On the move at the 30. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
Second down, he'll throw it. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw again. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll go back to the ground. Fighting off the defender. At the 35, he's got room. Oh, he's getting ahead. Touchdown, Miami. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Wilson will throw. Here's the pressure. Pressure's there and he gets rid of it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to...
Turning it on! They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
Second is short equals bow up, be physical, move a hole, get a gap, let my back fall forward. That back had nowhere to run, no push up front. Got to be more physical, Jesse, on those second down and short situations.
So for that point, David, I think you got to stick with it if you're on offense as a staff. Challenge your guys to get some push up front. You've recruited this position really well. You need these guys to move some bodies because you've got a talented guy in the backfield that can hurt this defense if you just give him a crease.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he can kick one from 75, but here he's going to need just 58 of them. And it's no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but
just keeps moving. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. The Canes want to pick up the tempo.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
Going for it all. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Direct snap. Finds a little space. Run out of bounds, they'll spot him at the 24. They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. Snap to the back. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Canes have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown, Canes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. Wilson to pass. Rushes on him. He's going to take off. Quarterback's got the 1st. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. To the air on 1st down. Got his man to the left. They get him down at the 36. It will be a 1st down.
And that's what we players call a 7 route. That receiver ran it beautiful.
Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Hoffman. At the 20, he's got space. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. NC State, after that explosive run, might go right back to the well. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Under fire. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. He slides that just inside the right upright. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Hurricanes will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Quickly complete. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Throws to the wideout. Got him, and nobody's close. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
That's why everybody has to do the tip drill, DBs and receivers, and it worked out this time for the offense.
That's exactly what you want as a defender. Just get your hand on the football, let that thing bounce, and you see so many big plays made, but it was the opposite. It goes right to the wide receiver, makes the play, makes the catch. Man, that's frustrating for a defense.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
And his throw is incomplete.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team, because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one is picked off in the end zone. And on the opening drive of the second half, you've made adjustments, but sometimes you underestimate the fact that the defense is ready for your adjustments.
And they've made their own adjustments as well, and they're allowed to sit there in the locker room and think and wonder about how you're going to attack them coming out of the tunnel. Great job being ready to go at the start of the second half by the defense.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Back to pass on second down. Under fire. Caught over the middle. It's Clark. And he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker. And the Canes really need to keep this drive alive on third down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. The short hands, it's Clark. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got him in the flat. And they knocked him down, but he got past the line to gain. And the Hurricanes come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Looking to throw on first down. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted. Stopped right at the 40-yard line, and this defense celebrating the turnover. Wilson will throw. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. But, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
You know, I think that's a play the quarterback would like to have back. I'm not sure that's exactly who the ball was intended for. He had another open target on the other side of the field that he just missed.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Working the middle, it's complete. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He's got great speed. The speed, the shiftiness, the elusiveness, all on display in that sweet return there. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Nice move to keep running. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. We've reached a break, and Miami is holding onto the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work in the final period of this one. They're going to ride this running back.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
This guy already has a touchdown. He almost had a second right there. You saw how good he is after he has the ball in his hands. Great job by the quarterback. A, finding him, B, getting it to him quickly, and then his speed and his...
Touchdown, Hurricane! And they take it in for 6 more points. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the fourth. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Offense with jumbo personnel. The give to the back. Runs through a tackle.
Man, he's done everything for this offense today, running the football, so much so that he's now got 98 yards rushing. We're in the fourth quarter. One more carry, and this guy could eclipse the 100-yard mark.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Going to swing it on second down. Punts it out of the air. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Miami! And the route is on. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. The give to the tailback. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Hey, it's a heads-up play right there. Listen, you're trying to scramble, you're trying to make something happen. Nobody's open. You're not going to be able to get out of bounds. Just protect yourself. Get down on the ground, get what you can get, and live to play another day.
Wilson to pass. Finds his big tight end. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They want that clock to run. Spins away from the defense. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The Canes come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. Looking to throw for it. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Motion from the back. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. Back has it. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Tight end now in motion. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Unloads to the wideout. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense.
Will be a turnover on downs.
Wilson to pass. Fires to the big fella. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. He wants a big play here late. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Got him downfield. Breaks into the open. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here. He wants to throw. That one falls incomplete. They reached into the bag of tricks on 1st down and couldn't pull it off. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. And the Canes headed quickly to the line. Right back to him on the ground. To the 43-yard line and a 1st down for this offense. Offense in a split backfield. They'll toss it to the left. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. Offense takes a timeout, 27 seconds left. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. Got a little space. Fights off a defender. He's up to 81 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Snap to the back. He goes out of bounds right at midfield.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They'll run the screen. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. After this, it'll be a wrap. Wilson will throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one.